This video is presented by EA Game Changers. Any currency used in-game was provided by EA for my use in the game. Thank you, EA.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Arsen Gaming. My name is Heather, and I thank you for joining me for our second Sweet Treat Showdown. This is the follow-up to our original one that we had a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to go in and do another event walkthrough with you guys, get you kicked off on the right foot. I know there was some stress about the last event. I'm hoping things have been tweaked to be a little bit easier this time around, or at least a little bit easier for you to earn enough tokens to open boxes. So continue to give your feedback. Please leave all feedback that you have in the comments below. I am passing that information on to the developers. They are listening, and hopefully things will continue to be tweaked and get better for all of us. All right, so we're going to start this one, same as last one, or if you're new to the Sweet Treat Showdown in The Sims Mobile, you're going to earn tokens, you're going to buy boxes, and then if you buy all the boxes, you get the grand prize at the end. So let's go ahead and bake. So this Sweet Treat Showdown is Charming Gardens prizes. And it looks like our grand prize is a fountain or a wishing well, farmer's friend tool hanger, a blossoming halo braid for a girl and a guy, it looks like. And I like that we have the icons there to show what gender. Okay, and we need to open 50 sweet treat boxes and 28 royal treat boxes. And we have 4 activities. We have our challenge. We have our home sweet home baking. We have our posh pastry class and our favorite flavor lab, and you will get 3 of 3 attempts to do the sweet treat challenge. Those will reset every 8 hours. You will get another attempt. So if you use the 3 up, you get to come back every 8 hours and get a new one, or you can stack them up to 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. So every 24 hours, you will get 3 tries. All right, let's look at the rewards. So sweet treat boxes are going to have a prismatic plumeria shrub, a tea time patio chair, spring bounty barrel, which I really want, water lilies watering can, green thumb gardening tools, gardening bric-a-brac. Oh, I love this hose from Sims 4. Thirsty Plants gardening hose, Know Your Roses pants, Know Your Roses pants. So I'm guessing female and male. And then Beauty and the Brunch dress. I mean, okay, I'm not thrilled with most of these prizes, I'll be honest with you, but some of them will be fun. And the Royal Treat boxes give us the Fresh Florals cart, which I will like having. We already have a floral cart, so having another one will be fun for decor. Vertical Blooms wall planter, where we can grow spices and stuff. And then vertical succulent wall planter. Ooh, I like that. I want that in real life. Sunny Days gardening outfit for her. Sunny Days gardening outfit for him. And those are all of our royal treat boxes. It takes 8 of those tokens to open one of those. And it takes 475 tokens to open the regular treat box. So there you go on that. I am not going to go through the entire, of course, 2-week event with you, but I am going to go ahead and jump in and do a sweet treat showdown just to kind of kick you guys off. Now, all right, let's get started. Time for a sweet treat challenge. Your baking skills will be measured up against a professional pastry chef. Frankie Flan. I flattened my last competitors like pancakes. You better get out of my way. Raiden's like, hope you're not a sour loser, because I'm going to kick your butt. Okay, round 1 of 5. Get prizes by winning the first round. And what will be the first round, you ask? It's going to be jelly donuts. We need to do 5 rounds to win this one. Raiden's got these jelly donuts in the bag. Or the plate. Welcome to your first sweet treat challenge. Each round, your opponent will reveal a dessert that that you must make perfectly in order to win. Let's tap here to find out more about the challenge. Yes, please. Here you can see the number of challenge rounds. Each round gives increasing rewards. So we have 5 challenge rounds. 10, 20, 40, 60, and 100 tokens. Prizes you earn along the way are stored in your prize basket. If you lose a round, you will lose your reward and receive a consolation prize instead. We do not want that to happen. Let's grab a whisk and take some risk. Yes, let's whisk away. All right, let's go over some kitchen tips before we get started. You have a set amount of sugar cubes. Do all the baking prep that uses your cubes to help you win, and we'll talk about that more later. And then make the dessert, and if you are successful, you will earn your rewards and get you moved on to the next round. So let's bake. Before we start baking, I want to talk a little bit about sugar cubes and these little bubbles. You want to pick the ones that aren't like this. Like this one, if you use 4 sugar cubes, you're only going to get 250 simoleons for that. You actually want to use the ones that will get you baking percentage. So like this white cover here will get you 6% if you use 2 sugar cubes. So you want to make sure you're strategic. I'm going to use them in this first round, but I don't encourage you guys on the very first round when you already start out at a higher percentage to use many. So I'm at 85%. I went ahead and used them. That took me up to 91%. And there you go. So my chances of winning this round are high. Our chances already are pretty high. Now, in the last event, I mentioned that I thought if you did 85 or 90%, you would probably win your round. Well, then I had a lot of people telling me, oh, I was losing at 90%, at 93%. Well, you still have a percentage of chance of losing. So unless you're at 100%, it's not guaranteed you're going to win. So like I'm at 97% right now. It's pretty sure I'm going to take home the prize on this one. And let's see. Yep, sweet perfection. He did it. But I still had a 3% chance of losing. So there is always that chance. It's in a logarithm. The game is going to do its thing. The only thing that you can do is try to get your percentage as high as you feel comfortable or have the resources to do, and go from there. So let's go ahead and play round 2. Round 2, we're going to have to make peach scones, and she is making faces at us. We got this, Raiden. We got this. Let's do it, brother. Let's make those scones. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and scope out what our best options are. Obviously, looking for the white warming containers or lids because those are going to be the percentage increases. And in this one, we've got 3 different options. You see, this one gives us 6% just for 1,000 simoleons. That's going to be the best return on your investment because simoleons are fairly easy to come by in the game. So definitely, if you get one of those in your game and you have the simoleons to spend on it, spend it. The only other one I recommend doing if you can afford to do so are these token options. So if I spend 2 sugar cubes, I can get 35 tokens added to my basket. So they're not guaranteed. They're only guaranteed if I win. I'm going to do it because the more tokens I get, the more opportunities I have to cash in for the prizes. So that would be a recommendation that I would make to you guys too. You got to kind of think through the most strategic ways to do this. And I, of course, am going to go ahead and finish out this round while we're talking, but I wanted to encourage you guys again to make sure you provide me feedback in the comment section of this video as you go through the next 2 weeks playing through this event, because I did pass on a good majority of the comments that I got last time to the developers, and I plan to do the same thing this time. They can only change and get better if we're letting our voices be heard. And I want you to share what you are experiencing. If you're successful at winning, I want to know that. If you're not, how many boxes did you open? How many boxes were you left? If you work full time and get to play only in your spare time, how does that work for you? I really want to hear this stuff because it's very, very important information to pass on. Speaking of working, I do want to remind you all that you very strategically can do these challenges as well. You get right off the bat 3 tries for your sim to do it. And then a new try regenerates every 8 hours. So that means you, in 24 hours, get 3 more tries for your sim to come in and earn tokens and play these challenges. So you can do that every single day along with the other activities that earn you tokens, plus the random chance of getting tokens for working and for hobby events as well. So keep all of that in mind. It is around the clock. I mean, you're going to have to really be working the game to get the grand prize. Decide if the grand prize is something you want. If it's not, my advice is don't stress over trying to get it as much as just trying to get the prizes you do want. Thankfully, there are no duplicates, so you don't have to worry about that. That's a nice thing to be removed from the worry of doing these events. But anyway, those are my tips that I have. And I did want to point out you can buy more sugar cubes. You can get 10 sugar cubes for 100 sim cash if you have 100 sim cash laying around. And that can help if you think you're like on the cusp of not being successful. And, again, just like I showed you, watch for the ones that let you use simoleons for percentages because those are going to be your best option throughout the challenges. And you'll see Raiden is still trying to figure out the best thing. We're up to 71% every single round as you get further and further into the event. The percentage goes down, so you have to work a little bit harder to get that percentage up. And you can sometimes take risk. I had people telling me that, they were doing really well at 50, 60% and winning challenges. And then people that were telling me that they were at like 90 something percent and not winning challenges. So I'm going to take my risk at 83 and let's see what happens here. I saw Peak That Pie, so I think he was successful. Yes, he was. So 83% you would not think you would be successful, but it is random. So if you have the sim cash to pull yourself out of a failed round, go ahead and risk it. If not, I want to encourage you that when you feel like it's a little tough to hit this collect and quit and walk away with what you've earned already. It's kind of like gambling. You have to be ready to quit and take your winnings or risk losing all of it. So keep all of this in mind. It's so much, and I know it's only our second time, and I know the feedback was not extremely positive from the first one. I do encourage you, though, if you had a positive experience with the first event and you want to leave that information for me in the comments also, I'll pass that on to the developers as well because they probably would like to hear what they did well as much as they're hearing what you didn't like. So if you guys have any positive feedback, I encourage you to leave that as well. And let's just see what Raiden does here as he's working through the rest of this. This is part 4 of 5. We're up to 86%. And I'm just going to burn through a couple of my sugar cubes to get us a little bit higher. I think 92% is a good place to try for a win. Come on. Yes, and we made a perfect soul cake. Oh, Raiden. You're my love. I'm so proud of you. All right, this is our 5th and final round. We have some tokens of 240 at this point, willing to risk. We're going to play round 5. We still have some sugar cubes, so let's make some raspberry macarons and see if we can't go home with a win. Now, you see, we're starting at only 50%. I've got 10 sugar cubes. If I spend 4, I can get 14% increase. Oh my gosh. But look at this one. 5 cupcakes and I can get 20%. If you've got a stash of cupcakes, now's the time to use them. I highly recommend cupcakes and SimCash if you have them. I know cupcakes are often hard to come by as well. SimCash, not SimCash, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Simoleons is what I'm saying, are definitely the easiest to come by. So if you can spend those first. Don't waste any of your sugar cubes on anything other than percentage points or extra tokens. So these, like, if I get 175 for eight sugar cubes, I'm not going to do that. That's not a good return on my investment. If I had 8 spare sugar cubes, heck yeah, I would totally do that. But I don't. So I'm just going to use my 2 little poultry sugar cubes over here to get my percentage up, because as you saw, I just looked at the royal. It did it really fast, I'm sorry, but I looked at the royal token. It's more sugar cubes than I have too. So why not waste them on the sherbet? I'll get myself up to 100%, and then there's no way I can lose. I'm going to take home the prize and go away. Now, granted, I realize that this is the first round and it gets progressively harder as you go through. And sometimes you're going to have, longer sessions, longer rounds. And so that's why I'm just trying to give these tips out, because I want you guys to be as successful as you can be. So in this, I took home 340 Sweet Treat tokens and 1 Royal Treat. Got some bonus ones. Thank you. Now we'll go and spend them on one of the prizes. So I'm going to tap where the arrow is pointing. And let's see what we get by opening our first Sweet Treat box. All right, give me something good. Give me something good. Give me something good. If I get the wheelbarrow, I'll be really happy. What am I going to get? What am I going to get? Beauty in the brunch dress. Well, that's kind of cute. I like the little cap sleeves. I'll take it, I guess, because I have to. But you see, I'm on the start. I've got one of the colors. I have 5 more to go. 475 cookies or tokens per box. 8 for the royal ones. So we got a long way to go. 49 more Sweet Treat boxes, 28 Royal Treat boxes. And yeah, so it is a good long 15-day event. We also then have 2 extra days to cash in, so about 17 days altogether. Get going, guys. It's going to be a long and busy 2 weeks. Again, please leave me all the comments because I want to know how you're doing with this. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you watched. And I also encourage you, if you have any friends that don't know about my channel but are into Sims Mobile, send them my way because I would love to have them join us over here for all the fun and Sims Mobile content. Of course, if you're new to my channel and this is your first time here, I encourage you to subscribe. And then once you subscribe, ring that bell because that's what lets YouTube know you would like to be notified when I post something new on the channel. And that way you don't miss out on anything that is coming. And I have lots more Sims Mobile coming. I've got a house tour request I'm going to be putting out shortly. I've got some giveaways planned. And I've got lots of fun stuff coming down in the coming weeks. So you won't want to miss any of it. Until next time, have a great one.